people, and welcome to another Galactic Mayan Astrology report. So this is a report for Friday the 7th of August 2020. Now we are moving into the centre process, the Wavespell, the 13-day process that begins in the centre of the whole calendar. Now, this is really significant because if the whole calendar, the 9-month calendar, is our human being portal, our human being journey, what's in the middle is at our core. It's the centre that everything else comes out from. And the Wavespell that begins on the 7th of August, the day before the Lion's Gate portal, is the energy of Blue Monkey. Blue Monkey is the divine child, and it's so beautiful. Like, I had to just pause for a minute before filming because I live across the road from a children's playground at the moment, and I had to pause because they were like being super duper noisy, which I love, and I love being opposite the park. And you know, there's just been so much medicine. At the moment I'm located in Glastonbury in the UK, and obviously being in the heart chakra of the planet, there's lots of magic on offer, but especially for me being across the road from this park really embodies what Blue Monkey is all about, because it is the inner child. It is this energy of play and creativity and the potentiality of what human being experience can be. And you know, witnessing this like big seesaw thing, and every time I look out of the window there's someone different on it. Sometimes the little kids that are like really scared and like dangling off. At one point I saw a little girl who had she was on it on her own, and she had a little teddy and she was taking him on a ride. Other times I've seen like pissed up adults playing on it. And for me, like, really the Blue Monkey is it's a key part of everything. And you know, my heart has always felt very aligned to children and young people, because there's something around the perspective of reality that we lose as we become more conditioned and as we grow and become hardened, you know. And we are the creators of the reality, you know. So when we're younger, before we've received all of the conditioning that we've received, we're plugged into source. So we're this like really clear channel for what wants to be birthed. And yes, we've got our ancestral conditioning that comes through that, but there's something around the presence that we're able to access when we're younger. And then as these layers of conditioning build up, and as we receive everything from the environment and from our experiences, we are then distorting the code that is coming through us, which is then being filtered out onto the planet. So when we are journeying with Blue Monkey and when we're connecting with children, you know, we're really getting to see the potentiality of what presence is and what presence creates. So if you watch a child playing, you know, a young person playing, they're just totally present in the moment. They're following their instinctual self. A lot of the time, you know, through play, young people are processing too. There's something like, there's an instinctual ability to move energy that exists within us all. But, and this is a big part of the Blue Monkey process, we've all experienced trauma, and when we experience that trauma, it's like it pushes us out of that alignment and that ability to clearly channel and to experience the beauty of life. And within this central process, we really get to witness and to access what is in the way of us being here and now. What is in the way of us experiencing this idea that a lot of the Dreamspell community talk about, which is that time is art. So time isn't this mechanical money ball and chain. Time is actually a dimensional space of creation. So what's in the way of us living in that? And again, as I say, this comes down to our own personal traumatic conditioning that we share with one another in different ways. So as a collective, we've got this huge traumatic burden that has infiltrated, and for me it's really the disconnection from our own power that is, you know, the root of all of it, and we're not plugged into our own source, so we have to fall into codependence, we have to fall into the bed of the oppressor, we have to become the oppressor, you know, all of this stuff because we're not aligned with our channel. But really, to get realigned with our channel, they don't need to do anything. We need to do something. And this is the gateway of the Blue Monkey. What is our personal trauma? How do we heal it? How do we decalcify the elements of our perspective and our being that have become hardened as a result of what has come before? How do we clear that? Now, a lot of us on the planet, you know, have come from places, times, lineages that still carry that magical ability to transform and clear energy. We do it in lots of different ways, but we know there is a part of us, whether it's dormant or active, there is a part of who we are as a human being, which is a spirit embodied, that knows how to do this. And the way that we access that knowing is through our intuition, is through our playful ability to let go and allow. And this is something that, you know, again for me with Blue Monkeys, there's just this really huge thing around play, which I've studied, you know, at varying different levels academically. And play for me, you know, with everything that I've kind of studied and experienced, it's literally about presence. That's it. And if you're a fly on the wall to witnessing children and young people, the way that their play manifests, it's an ability to let go to the moment and to allow something to happen through us. So you look at artists, you know, everyone's an artist, but people that establish themselves as artists, there's something that comes through them that is then birthed, that we then marvel at. And that's what play is, and that's what life is, for me, my perspective. It's this, what is wanting to be birthed through us to make this place more beautiful? What new systems can we bring forward? What new perspectives can we bring forward? What new beauties can we bring forward? Simply through being our authentic self and allowing it to come through. But what is in the way of you letting go? What is in the way of me letting go? You know, why do we need to micromanage? Why do we need to hold? And for me, the why of that is our personal history, as I say. So it's really this like, okay, so I can see that behaviour within myself that is out of balance, that clutches, that holds, that tries to manipulate, that needs to fight, that needs to snatch, that needs to judge, that needs to do all of these different things. But then I can fall into the space of recognising why that was created and honouring it, not shaming it, not pushing it away, not wishing it was different, honouring that amazing capacity to cope. But then also through that honouring, beginning to make that space for something different, beginning to open out that old way of being and that old pattern, to create something different, to allow something different to come through. And you know, this beautiful space of heart connection, it's not where we're at the moment. You know, we're not able to consistently be in that space together because we've still got stuff that needs to move. And again, I say this all the time, that is exactly why we're here. We've come to do the cleanup mission. We've come to beam into all of the different lines of humanity, to beam into all of the different archetypal signs of humanity and release that trauma and that conditioning from the heart so that we can be the channel. And really that is what the Blue Monkey is about. The blue signs are always about transformation, and this being the central process, it's all about what we were when we were little, when we first beamed in, and how we got corrupted. And this time on the planet is really revealing the corruption in every way, the corruption of perspective, the corruption of code, the out of balance corruption within relationship. We're seeing it all, we're experiencing it all right now. But the kids know, the children know. The wisdom that falls out of their mouths, the things that they see and perceive that we have lost the ability to, the realms that they span is it. When they're not being told what to do, children and young people are doing what we all want to be doing. It's there. Yet we blooming pull them out, we put them in school, we straitjacket them, we tell them to do this, that and the other, and then we've lost it again. It's like we pull them into our imbalanced, corrupt world when actually we want to return to where they are. So for this Wavespell, I really invite you to play, to remember what it is that sets your heart on fire, to remember how it feels to let go, and to also work with, as we're always doing, what is in the way of that, and to dream. You know, what is your dream? What do you want to experience? Like, I know right now we were bombarded with all of the fear, essentially, like the fear in thought, the fear in manifested action, it's everywhere, but we're not tending to the fire of what we're wanting to bring in, you know, and it's so important to hold that. You know, we have to hold the vision, we have to feel the potential, we have to have the anchor to then be able to dive, because if we're diving without that, well, we're just going to get sucked up, aren't we? Whereas if we know, if we feel the vision, and all we have to do is take a little look at the children to realign with that, then as we're doing the cleanup work, it's like we've got the why. We need the why. We need the why to do it. And this is it, you know, and we are doing it for them. You know, we're doing it for the coming generations, and that's the, you know, within our lifetimes, who knows what is going to be able to shift within that space. But if we are on a trajectory and we know that that is coming, even if we don't get to experience that, if we know that that is what we're working toward, then when the next generation take the baton, we're one step closer to it. So I hope that you have a really beautiful 13 days of witnessing what your heart really wants to create and how you really want to live. You know, really muse into it and witness what comes into your life that makes you go, yes. But also taking some time to witness what is also in the way of that, because it's only ever ourselves. It's never them. We are in relationship with whatever that energy is because of something in us. So when we begin to move that, we create a different space. Letting go of the layers of conditioning so that we can really live in that aligned, present, playful, creative art space that really is the potential of the planetary experience. And as I say, why I personally believe that we have beamed in to do our bit to get us closer to that experience once again, and to actually experience it within our own lives. Like, contrary to the narratives that are playing out everywhere, what are we experiencing? And if we're experiencing the new earth, which I know a lot of us are, we're anchoring it. So it's so multifaceted this time. There's like so many different pieces to what we're experiencing. It's so fascinating and interesting to me that a lot of us are being guided back to be with our ancestors, to be with our physical family members, and to really bring these codes together now, like the wisdom of the elders and the new energy that's birthing and reweaving through our ancestral lines and through our homelands, this new, old way of being. It's a very, very potent time. So I send you loads and loads of love and all of the blessings. Have a beautiful Wavespell.